But yeah, no, I'm
You
good.
just get up and start showing. You have a flashback. It's all recorded on camera. Dude, look. Oh my god. That's the intro. What the fuck? We're gonna switch the coverage up a little bit today because it's normally single high, but we're gonna drop two back. So.
Right. YouTube. For those of you guys who have been following us, welcome back to Single High. For those of you guys that are new, please like, follow, subscribe, all the above. It's Single High, where we cover all your fantasy football needs, your stardom, sit 'em, bench 'em, or straight up cut 'em.
Get rid of them.
All right. Well, here we are with what was this, week 3?
Week 4.
Oh, for us it's week 4, right?
Yeah, it's week 4. It's wild.
No. In the NFL, this is week 3. Week 4 is coming up.
Birds are 4-0. Or 3-0.
They're 3-0.
I'm high already, dude. No.
I know, right? What are you fucking counting this weekend's win already, or?
No. So
wait, who are they playing this weekend?
We're 3-0. We're playing Washington.
Oh yeah, that's a win.
It's early in the season, and the Commanders are actually bad. Like,
hey, for those guys watching, don't judge me. I don't know. I heard about this whole lemon light Gatorade with the Modelo, and it's supposed to taste pretty fucking good.
I'm excited. Let's see.
I mean, I might have put too much Modelo, but
there's
no such thing. I don't think there's any such thing.
It'll dilute the lemon lime if it's not good.
Right. Let's find out. Here we go.
I'm just looking because I know inevitably once he tries it, whether it's good or not, he's going to be like, oh, that's not bad. Try that.
No. I'd be like, that's ass. Don't ever do that. I don't think I'd be able to hide that facial expression if it came out that bad.
Oh, no, he's guzzling. It's not bad.
Tastes like a watered down blonde.
Okay.
Like IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a hazy. Like a watered down hazy or blonde.
Okay.
It's not bad though. I'm not gonna lie, it isn't that bad though. Maybe I need more Gatorade.
Maybe that's why maybe too much Gatorade waters it down.
I think it's supposed to be half and half. It was like fucking 3/4 beer.
We got enough beers to experiment.
I don't know. When I was watching some videos about it, they were saying that apparently the history of it is supposedly like, I don't know if it's professional drinkers or some shit like that. They would chug that shit with Gatorade because it would keep them hydrated at the same time as chugging it back or something.
Bullshit.
I don't know. I was just like, I heard it too, and I was just like,
you're like, yeah, I'll go with that logic. Fuck it.
Well, I mean, I guess it might balance it out, you know. We're dehydrating you, but with electrolytes. It's all but with electrolytes.
Just a fucking glucose bomb. Just
the one I still have yet to try, but I hear is pretty good, is the Disaronno and Corona. Apparently, if you combine them too, it tastes like Dr. Pepper.
The little almond liqueur?
Sure. I think I just know it's Disaronno.
Yeah, it's
the Disaronno and the
amaretto. It's an amaretto. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I was just like,
I got a friend who's a big on.
Oh, I heard about it. I was like, wow, me and Jasmine were supposed to.
One of our league mates is big on amaretto. Shout out, you know who you are.
One of our league mates?
Yeah.
Is big on what?
Amaretto.
Gee, I wonder who the fuck that is.
I wonder which one of our league mates has an alcohol addiction. No, I'm just trying. No.
I was going to say like 98% of the population in our league.
Right, yeah. It honestly could be anyone.
I can stop when I want. I just don't want to.
All
right, let's light this fucker up. Fire department cannabis.
Dude. Little
Always
gift from
indoor
Oregon.
grown. 28.70%.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not crazy. It's a hybrid.
Oh,
that's
total cannabinoids. It's only 24.7.
Yeah.
Scooby snacks. Let's see what Shaggy and Scooby are talking about.
Shoo.
R.I.P. my guy. The cat who played Scooby, didn't he pass away not like a couple years back?
Probably. We're at that age now where like
I gave up all hope when Betty White went.
everyone is going out. You know?
I don't know, right? I might not be here next week. Who knows?
I have to get a new host. Drop in the comments if you guys want to jump in.
Damn, I haven't even fucking gone even in the sick bed yet, the deathbed yet. This motherfucker's already canceling me out. Cancel culture.
I'm getting ahead of the cancel wave, dude. I'm getting in front of all those tweets that are gonna resurface. You know?
Got a racist ass brother. Like, and I haven't even said anything remotely racist.
Yeah, nah, we're good.
If it's offensive, it's racist.
I've combed through the footage. We're good so far. We've come close. We've said some stuff that's just for the fellas. Like, yeah.
I don't think I've said anything crazy.
Nah, we've been good. We've been good.
I don't think I've gone that far.
Nah.
It's a little too extreme for me, to be honest.
Yep.
I hate everybody equally.
That's the trick.
It's not bad. Is it infused?
It's like Mark, like one of my favorite comedians. I saw him live in Philly.
Cannabis
Mark Norman.
Half a gram.
He has a joke where he's like, it's so funny how it's only a bad thing if you hate a specific group of people. Like if you walk into the office on Monday morning and you're like, God, I hate people. And somebody else will just look at you like, tell me about it. If you walk in on Monday morning at the office, you're like, God, I hate Asians. It's like, what the hell?
I know, right? What the hell?
It's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Was that one guy that I was watching? This one Asian guy on YouTube or TikTok and stuff. Like, what the hell you say?
Jesus Christ. So, we've got the handy dandy notebook. Unfortunately, I spent...
This guy decided to take off to Oregon and say fuck everybody and not worry about stats. But don't worry, I got you covered.
I was more worried about this over the weekend.
I know, right?
And this. I was
seeing fucking dragons, man.
Monday, I just cared about the birds. And every other day of the weekend, it was those pips. We got the board, by the way.
Yeah, we finally got the head-to-head over here.
So, when we get...
It's going to get fucking going.
When we get to the man on press coverage segment, we'll actually have it all set up here, and we'll be able to make our picks, and you guys will be able to see them. And next week, I won't have to bring it out of the notebook like a fucking serial killer who's been documenting his targets. So,
Damn,
yeah.
that just sounded so much worse coming out your mouth the way you said it right there. Even I was like, God damn, bro. Holy shit.
No.
Fucking Jeffrey Dahmer over here 2.0.
That's why I shaved. No. The notebook is doing jack shit all for us, except for showing the picks. So everything's off top. He's definitely better at that. So I'm going to let him start this week. Quarterbacks.
All right, quarterbacks, here we go. Joe Burrow's finally woke up.
Not viable fantasy-wise yet.
But he did wake up. He had a
Yeah.
lot better game than he's been showing the last few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and then Jalen Hurts did his thing. He had a couple misses, too. He had a little rough patchy start. Honestly, some of the top quarterbacks did start off a little rough, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
You know, even Brock Purdy, Jalen Hurts.
Josh had the game
Allen,
one. That was crazy. But
yeah.
it seems like everybody's kind of starting to level out. Even
More or
Lamar.
less.
Actually, Lamar had a really good week.
Yeah, no. Who really went off, we'll talk about them later. Man, that's a good one.
The guy I picked up on waivers, Kirk fucking Cousins. Kirk O'Bangs. He went off. Even though they lost, even though Kevin O'Connell doesn't know how to manage a fucking team within the 2-minute drill, Kirk Cousins did his thing. He did well in our league because I do have like weird
Justin
boosts.
Herbert's another one that went the hell off this weekend. Yeah, he put up 30-plus points this weekend. 36, I think, to be exact.
And he wasn't even the best quarterback on his team.
No.
It was Keenan Allen.
No. But
No.
if you want to talk about outstanding performances, my big boy with the fins, the Hawaiian sensation over there, Tua Tagovailoa. Man, my
man.
guy went off.
Yeah.
70 to fucking 20. He had 4
Hey,
passing touchdowns, I think. I think it was 4 passing.
Broncos country. That's right.
Oh my god, man. I feel like that was a curse for that man.
No,
But goddamn, it was it was interesting. Trevor Lawrence, he had a rough game this weekend.
yeah. Who the fuck predicted the Houston Texans to go and just shellac the fucking Jaguars?
Yeah, no, they did they beat him? No, they didn't beat him. Huh?
The Houston Texans beat them bad.
Did they beat him bad? Oh, it was, huh?
Yeah. It was
No,
bad.
I think it was by a score. If I'm not mistaken, I saw the end of that. They
was one
messed
of-
up on the end of the drive. They
It was
didn't
one
get
of
the
those
ball
like
out.
garbage time, like
No, they had to go for the end zone. They didn't get it on the 4 downs, so Houston
Yeah.
took over on possessions.
But yeah, Trev did bad. Gardner did well, as we called. We made that call.
Gardner Minshew, he got me 13 points. I had to sub him out because I wasn't going just to Fields for sure.
I feel it. Speaking of which, Pat Mahomes did great. Kelsey's back. Kelsey is an end zone target. He always will be. As long as Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelsey on the same team, you can bet your ass Travis Kelsey is going to get red zone targets. Like, that's a guarantee.
Plus-
Death, taxes,
It's
and
a
Travis
good thing
Kelsey.
that Taylor Swift was there. T
Dude,
Swift.
hey, and you know the best part?
You know his boy was feeding him intentionally.
He
was
said
like,
it.
"Dog, I'm gonna make you look
He
phenomenal."
said it in the press conference. In the
Yeah.
press conference, he was like, "Yeah, it's a little bit more pressure to get the ball to my boy." You know, it's like, "Oh shit." Fucking
He's like, "I'm gonna
wingman.
make sure he looks good for her."
Yep, that's how you know they're. But the best Swift Kelsey tandem was
The
actually
Eagles.
Monday night.
Yeah.
Jason Kelsey and DeAndre Swift. Holy shit. We'll talk about that later. But as far as quarterbacks go, another call we made, sit Daniel Jones' ass. The fucking Niners, what did we say? We knew it. We knew it. If the Giants aren't facing a good team, they're not facing good defense, start Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
If they're facing a good defense, you're going to have a bad time, especially when Saquon's out still. Who else did we make a call on?
Oh man, Washington, they had a bad game.
Washington had a very bad game. Sam
Yeah.
Howell did not.
He did not get a chance whatsoever. That defense was on fire.
Sam Howell looked like what everybody thought Sam Howell was going to look like. But the first 2 weeks he did well. I'm hoping it's the same thing in week 4 because he's playing us. So I'm hoping.
Hey, sometimes that shit wakes people up, man.
I'm
Ass
hoping.
whoopings wake people up sometimes, you know.
Just thank God Taylor Heineke's off the Commanders roster. Speaking of a team that Taylor Heineke plays for, we're just gonna round robin since I don't have stats to be all autismo here. But the Falcons, Desmond Ridder got exposed.
Yeah.
Basically, they
I was actually gonna be my next subject was
Yeah,
him, and he did not perform.
the Lions took him to task. They did what every dual threat quarterback gets taken to task with. Can you sit in the pocket, make throws effectively and efficiently? And the answer was no.
No,
Answer was absolutely not. They took the run game from him.
they did. I was gonna say they took the
Bijan.
run game because Bijan had like a 10-point game.
Yeah, Algier was nullified. Like that game.
He's been nullified since week 2.
Yeah. So
So
that
it's
was
been,
bad.
it's
That was
been,
that was bad.
It was a bad game for them.
Yeah.
It really was. I was like, whoa. When that happened, I was like, Jesus.
You're like, yeah,
Christ,
this is
my
game.
God. It was bad. It was really freaking bad, man.
Yeah.
But I mean,
On the
all
flip
in
side,
all, it wasn't as bad as, that Dolphins and Denver game.
Broncos
Nothing's going
country.
to top it, you know.
let's ride.
Hey, but we saw Dak Prescott in his final form again. You know what I mean? With the game on the line, throws a pick in the end zone, hands the Cards their first win of the season.
Dude, hey, remember week 1 and I said take the over if you're near Vegas? They're saying that the Cardinals are only going to win 3 games. I'm like, I think the Cardinals can tank for Caleb.
Joshua
And
Dobbs did
still
not
win
look bad,
4
man.
games.
Joshua Dobbs did not look bad. He
He
looked
didn't
like
look
he
bad
could
in
run
the
an
last
offense.
game either. He
But I'm
looked good in the
saying,
last 2 games.
Kyler Murray might be out of a job. So Kyler Murray might be
I think Kyler Murray's out of a job regardless.
Call of Duty's been affecting his
So,
performance.
I think the Arizona Cardinals are fully in on trying to get Caleb Williams.
Yeah and no. They got to watch their wins because they got Chicago shortly behind them.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
You know, they got a couple teams that are trying to beat them out for that position.
Surprisingly, the Minnesota
Actually, I
Vikings.
think it was.
The Vikings are 0-3 after falling to the Chargers. So we had a fun little couple matchups here. We had a couple of 0-2 teams, a couple of 2-0 teams play against each other. So it's always fun when that happens because you're guaranteed somebody's going to leave undefeated and somebody's going to leave fully defeated. The Vikings left 0-3, a surprise, like a shock to me.
Yeah.
In spite of how well Kirk has been playing.
With Jettis and Addison.
Going nuts.
And Madison.
Hawkinson.
And yeah, actually, they're firing on all cylinders on offense. I think you're gonna have to come. Honestly, you're gonna have to come down on the defense a little more.
The defense isn't getting.
They got to step up and they got to do a little bit more of their job.
The problem right now is they have.
Like, don't get me, okay? When we make these comments, it's just on us on the outside looking in. Obviously, we're not trying to down talk too many of these NFL players. Just to be there in general is like itself is a feat. But
we have football knowledge, but we're not going to break down the fucking X's and O's. Like, oh, they're dropping into this coverage too much. Like, no, it's just like, hey, look, fucking give me the raw stats.
Raw stats wise,
they gave up the ball 9 times.
I feel like Kirk Cousins did his job.
Yeah.
As well as the rest of the offense, and I feel like the defense just fell short of doing theirs.
And it's been untimely turnovers as well.
Untimely turnovers, man. That'll keep somebody in the game.
They're at -7.
That will keep somebody in the game.
They've only generated 2 defensive turnovers, and they've given it up 9 times. That's huge in 3 weeks. I mean, this is only 3 weeks of play, so you're averaging less than 1 turnover generated a game, and 3 given up a game. Yeah. That's typically going to lose a ball game for a club. But yeah. So, anyways, that's another deal. Quarterbacks, other guys around the league. I think one person that I would say did well, maybe wasn't anticipated to, but Deshaun Watson. Holy shit, the Titans.
Yeah, he bounced back. I told you he would.
Yeah, I whiffed. I hit on a couple others, but I whiffed on that. I anticipated fully that the Titans, who had just taken the Chargers to task in overtime, would show up and play all right. But no, the Browns defense gave it to them. Derrick Henry was weirdly underutilized. That was weird.
Did Will Levi get some playtime?
Will Levis has it, so I don't think Will Levis will see playtime till like week 6.
I didn't watch that game. That's why. I did watch the stats go up. I was watching Deshaun Watson's stats go up.
Yeah.
I was like, he's having a game. And I told you, too. I was like, man, I told you. Yeah, I told you that boy will make it happen.
Moving on, that's a perfect transition. For somebody like me who lost Nick Chubb last week, Jerome Ford stepped in and fucking balled out. He played very well. Yeah. Obviously, you're not going to be able to one-for-one replace Nicholas Chubbington.
Oh, yeah, adding more Gatorade.
That was the move? That was the move?
It's still a little bit too much now, but I could taste it. Honestly, it tastes like a Modelo with lemon lime in it.
Okay.
Lightweight. It's really much what it is.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you normally put a fucking lime in a beer. God damn. There's just
things people think of.
It's just a fucking long, like adding more steps, just tossing a lime in that bitch and plopping your thumb in there.
I didn't say it tastes like it heavily. I mean, it's when you put a lime in there, it's definitely a lot heavier of a sour twist than this, but lightweight, it kind of tastes like that.
All right.
But anyways, back to the task at hand.
Back to the task at hand. Jerome Ford is going to be a viable replacement. The Titans defense didn't give him much to work against, but then again, the Steelers did, and he still stepped in, considering the fact that Chubb didn't go out until just after, halftime?
Yeah.
It was in, the third quarter. And Jerome Ford still was getting reps alongside Chubb and then continued to see reps, obviously, once Chubb went out. And had a very good game, too. Week 3 comes back, does the same thing against, again, a defense that the Los Angeles Chargers had just taken to overtime. It was a high-scoring game. So I would say from here moving forward, I would feel very comfortable starting Jerome Ford as a solid running back 1, high running back 2.
I'd put him as a flex. I like Madison. He runs the ball hard, but I'd put him at flex still. I put him at flex.
Yeah. Well, Jerome Ford's benefit as well is he's involved in the passing game, and being in Cleveland, there's not as many targets.
Yeah, true.
Whereas, like, in Minnesota, Madison, he'll get involved with a couple of receptions per game, but he's never going to eat up more target share than Hawkinson, Addison, Jefferson, even KJ Osborne. Like, those guys, he's never going to eat up more target share. And I feel like especially in a full PPR, again, all of this is from the perspective of a full PPR league, which is what we play in I think all of our leagues. So in full PPR, like guys, running backs who are able to get out of the backfield and be involved in the passing game consistently, I would say definitely hold more weight.
Yeah, definitely. If they can catch and they can run at the same time and they can put it down on somebody, then you got to look at them in the high spectrum of starting them.
Yep.
Like I said, definitely at a flex. If they're on the lower end of that, put them as a flex. They're gonna give you at least a solid 10 plus, which is good. On average, that's good. You want somebody who you know is gonna get you double digits every single week. Yep. But you also know there's the capability of that one game where he just goes the fuck off.
Yeah.
And that one week you crack a 20 plus with him, maybe even 30 plus. Yeah. Look at Devontae Adams. He single-handedly held people in or won them the fucking game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the same thing with...
I lost to Devontae this week, actually.
There it is. You see what I'm saying? There's that. And then who else was another one that did it? Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
He had 45.
Those were the next guys I was going to talk about. It was a tandem.
Yeah, 45 points.
It was him and Devon Akane.
Oh, yeah, Akane. What happened with Wilson? Is he injured or something?
Jeff Wilson died before the season.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no, he effectively died. He started the season on IR, so he's out. I think he's either on IR or PUP. Same shit when it starts the season's 4 weeks.
J.K. Dobbins shit.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And Jeff Wilson is Jeff Wilson. There's a reason Jeff Wilson and Raheem Mostert are in Miami. Yeah. We hate to say.
Not saying they're not good runners. They're great runners. They did their jobs for us, but when they were injured for a while.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep.
That's how Jeff Wilson started getting noticed. That's how Matt Breida started getting noticed, because Raheem was injured or Hyde was injured. You know what I mean?
Such is the life of a running back.
Hard to keep him healthy. But if they end up on a powerhouse team that has so many weapons, look at CMC. Knock on fucking wood. But his injury status has been pretty light lately because, he's over here with us now, and he has so many. We have so many other options to go to, weapons-wise, threat-wise, get the job done-wise, that he doesn't have to carry the load of the whole weight on his shoulders, the whole load of it, because you got to think in Carolina, man, that man was over you.
Yeah.
He was receiving, I think, 90% of the snaps, no less than 80. You know what I'm saying? And then people wonder why. People wonder why he was getting injured or, things like that. It's just
yeah.
I don't know.
No,
I can think of one solid one off the top of my head.
It's funny because, obviously, we go back to our teams. But, the number one, number two, basically the top two teams in the fucking NFC right now. So it's easy to go to those teams. But, DeAndre Swift dealt with injuries. Again, knock on wood, same thing. Dealt with injuries with his whole career up to so far in Detroit.
Yeah, and then he came over here and he's doing a lot better. But I have a feeling it has a lot to do, like you said, too, with the fact that he's able to share the workload. There you go. That's the word I was looking for, the workload.
That's what's crazy. We've been working him. The difference is he's getting, our teams, as far as running, is a complete opposite.
Yeah, we have depth.
You guys have the highest yards after contact.
After contact and catch.
And we have the highest yards prior to contact. The fucking holes that are so big. They joked about it, but realistically, you could probably put any in shape 20-something-year-old in pads and throw them in the Eagles' backfield, and on any given play, they'll get 1 or 2 yards. Like, those holes are that massive. I mean, literally gaps the size between us. Like, it's insane. When you're watching the replay, when you're watching, you're like, how the hell did he bounce through there? And they show the other angle from behind the line, and you're just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. You could fucking drive a freight train through there.
Yeah.
But it's awesome because we're getting to see the DeAndre Swift that Georgia got. Like, this is Georgia Swift. This isn't Detroit Swift, where they're just like, throw him out in the flat. Fucking, he's just going to be a check down merchant. Whereas, like, here, he's legit. He's a legitimate running back. And that's awesome. I love seeing that. Obviously, I love seeing it because it's with my team. But, like, I love seeing that for players where you see them getting taken out of their element or their comfort zone, and they're put into a position where they're thrust back into that. They're allowed to be themselves.
Yeah, true. I just feel like CMC's having a lot more fun over here than he did over there at Carolina.
I think anybody,
he even said it himself. You know, he was like, it was tough feelings when I left. You know, like, that was who drafted me to begin with. I spent so many years there. Everything. He goes, like, you know, I became used to it. You know, and this was on an interview. He goes, but then, you know, I get to the Niners, and then I meet Debo, and then I meet Brandon Ayuk. He goes, and I meet, you know, Juice, and then I meet Kittle, and I meet these other people, and I'm like, oh man, like, there's excitement because it's like, I just came to a fucking powerhouse.
You're part of something.
Yeah, he goes, I just came to a powerhouse. Like, I went from, you know, no offense, the shitty ass Carolina Panthers over there, you know, which he still says he missed over there. He was, you know, he had a hard time leaving. It was kind of hurtful, but
he's lying.
You know what I mean, right? He just said what he had to say in the interview, but
he had
you
one
know, but he did make it a point. He was like, but at the same time, it was exciting because I was like, man, I'm going to San Francisco. Like,
I'm going to a good team.
I'm going to a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Like,
100%.
I might actually finish my career with a ring. You know, there's the strong possibility he could. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like sometimes a change of scenery for people does them the better, and I feel like that worked out for them. I mean, shit. Who's to say it's not going to happen for Cam Akers over there with Minnesota?
Hopefully, another.
You know what
guy,
I mean? It could be another Gainwell fucking Swift area, you know, because Kyle Gainwell was not doing too bad as well. He was hitting that hole hard, and he was doing really well.
Kenny did well week 1. They used him in week 3. He did
Kenneth,
all right.
Right? It's Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, Kenneth.
Kyle,
yeah, Kenneth. As far as Cam Akers go, that is something that I would monitor moving forward. If you have Madison rostered and you didn't pick up the Akers handcuff, I'm gonna sound crazy because he did have a good week. I would pay attention to what is coming out of the Rams camp prior to game time Sunday, and I would see how many reps is Cam Akers getting with the first and second team, because that's gonna give you a decent perspective on how they're gonna utilize them in the game moving forward. Because obviously, there's guys
that's the thing that I know of. He wasn't even putting any work in with the Rams.
Yeah, but
so there's nothing really
sorry,
to
I meant with the Vikings. I meant with the
Vikings.
Vikings.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah. Because like obviously you get guys like C-Mac who comes in his first week and still put out a decent performance against the Chiefs last season.
Second week, triple crowned with us.
Exactly. By the second week, he's a vital part of that offense. I feel
like Cam Akers might be that. I feel like Cam Akers might have better hands than Madison.
And
that's even saying a lot.
I feel like Cam Akers is a more reliable runner because Madison is a fumbling liability.
Yeah.
A lot of those 9 turnovers have come from Madison. I believe 3. He's averaging 1 a game. So that's part of the reason why they went after Akers.
That's why he didn't give me 20 points this week.
Yeah. He would have.
Or Jalen throwing 2 picks. Hey, yo, man, that Underdog app.
I made money on the Underdog app.
That's because you buy the insurance. I went all in, and all I needed was Jalen to get the 22 points fantasy.
It's rough.
Yo, and he had 3 back-to-back fucking first downs at the end, and it went up by like 1/10 of a point every time. I was like, you got to be fucking shitting me, bro.
It's
Danny, who's in our league, he was here getting a haircut by me, and even he was like, bro, this thing is teasing you. He goes like, that's some fucked up shit. I was literally right fucking there.
No, you saw. I hit everything, but Baker didn't get the 4 rushes.
Bro, I lost because Puka didn't get the extra 2 or 3 yards. That was it.
That's right. He got like the 37-yard catch at the end. So he
I
finished
was
like a couple
like,
short. Oh, fuck.
I think he didn't I think he got like 71,
Dear
72
God,
yards.
I think it was
All he had to
72.
do was get up and dive for the end zone. That would have got the 75 yards and the TD. It would have secured their win. It would have got them the win probably. And it would have got me back $200. I actually did pretty good on these betting things. I was like 1 or 2 off each one.
Yeah, no,
These are
I mean,
pretty big
I
wins.
feel like you're always going to be pretty close.
Yeah.
As far as other
Guess
running
I'm not
backs,
too bad at gauging these players' things, huh?
right?
How they're
We're
performing,
gonna-
more
we're
or
gonna-
less.
We're gonna cover that. I mean, we've made some good calls. We made some questionable calls, but we made, for the most part,
For the most part, we've made some pretty.
we've made some pretty good fucking calls. Yeah, Kyron Williams did well. I did mention,
I feel like he was underutilized.
yeah, his involvement in the passing game took a little bit of a dip, and I think that hurt him. They did kind of get away from the run, I feel, which is funny considering I think it was starting to rain again. So
Something like that. Let me see here.
I will still say this:
Josh Allen.
continue playing him, continue starting him. He is still a very good option.
If you have him and you're not starting him for some fucking dumbass reason, you need to keep him rostered until he goes on his bye week, and that's the only time you take him off. Is Kenny Walker.
Kenneth Walker, yeah,
He racked up 31 points for me this week.
He went off.
He had 18 carries for 97 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 out of 3 receptions for 59 yards, 1 reception that was 30 to 39 yards long.
Yeah.
He went off. CD was kind of quiet. We're not even receivers yet. My bad. Jameer
Cowboys in
Gibbs was
general.
quiet.
Brian
I don't know if he's
Robinson.
just having a hard time or if he just isn't accustomed to it yet.
Check this out. I made the call last week. I said, Brian Robinson, he's got the Bills and the Eagles coming up, who are good against the run. Possible sit him until Chicago. And I said in shallower leagues, start him in deeper leagues. He's a low-end running back too. How many points did Brian Robinson get this week?
I'm looking that up right now, actually. I'm trying to see who has him. Who has him?
It's Anthony.
Oh, yeah, he has him on his bench, huh? One of his 700. He only got 7 points, bro.
That's what I said. I said to sit him in
Okay.
shallow leagues.
I didn't hear that. I was still
Yeah.
paying attention
So in
to
smaller
this shit.
leagues, again, next week, if you look at Rashad White's numbers, not as good. So I would again take the same advice. Sit Brian B. Rob in small leagues where you have more options
Another
available
one.
to you.
Um,
Start him in deep leagues with
yeah.
high numbers.
But another one is Zach Moss. That's the one I was looking for. I knew there was another running back that had a good game.
Yeah.
But he's been having a few good games, actually. So
Yeah,
if
he's
you
gonna
have him
be-
and you're not rostering him, even if he wanted to try it just as a flex, again, reconsider and rethink your situation.
He's going to be a solid starter until week 4, and then until after this next week. And then again, I would monitor and see what's going on with the Jonathan Taylor situation, because if Jonathan Taylor comes back, obviously you're almost never going to put Jonathan Taylor, especially after all the shit that happened. If they retain his rights and they pay him or whatever, and they figure the contract shit out, they're not going to pay him millions of dollars and then not start him. So,
Bro, Johnny won.
huh?
Johnny won this week
Oh yeah.
against Cam.
No, I saw that.
I know, I did too. I was paying attention to that because that one, I was like, man, Johnny might have a chance if one of these guys goes off.
No, yeah.
Yeah. But, all right.
We said to monitor it. David Montgomery out. David Montgomery was out.
Yeah. I think it's for the season, right?
It was just a thigh bruise. He should be back. So
Okay. No, who was I
so-
thinking about for the season?
You're thinking of
No, that was
Wide
defense.
receivers.
I'm thinking defense.
moving on to
Wide receivers now.
transition. The first big one. Bench him, release him. If he's not taken yet, Quentin Johnston went in he went in the later rounds in a lot of drafts. He had a relatively high ADP, which means Joshua Palmer is probably available in your league if nobody's picked him up off of waivers already. Mike Williams is done. Torn ACL revealed
Yeah.
yesterday. He's out for the season. So You definitely want
Keenan Allen, though.
Keenan Allen
He
popped
stepped
off.
the hell up.
And Josh Palmer caught a touchdown, made him fantasy viable, a little bit closer.
So with Mike
to
Williams
build.
being out, start paying attention to Quentin Johnson and Joshua Palmer. One of
Yeah.
those two are going to take that spot, like, legitimately.
Yeah. No,
They'll be
they
sharing
have
a lot
to.
of touches within the next few games because I'm pretty sure coach is going to do that to see how they do in game situations, evaluate them,
Yep.
assess them. You know what I mean? And then from there, they're going to know who's going to be getting the majority of those touches. So it's pretty much they're going to have to take advantage of every catch or every pass that goes their way and make something
Every
out of it if
single
they
one.
want the majority of them from then on out.
Yep.
I think I give them one game. I think they're at a level where the Chargers can give them one game apiece to decide who's going to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A guy that we said to monitor, obviously it ended up not being an issue heading into the week. And I think it was a minor injury anyways. So they didn't anticipate it keeping him out, but we just said monitor anyways. Amon-Ra St. Brown, sun god himself. He fucking popped off against the Seahawks.
Yes, he fucking did.
So that was
Almost.
awesome. In spite of a loss, like, put it this way, the Lions are either going to be in shootouts or winning games. Or I'm sorry, it was Panthers Seahawks against.
Yeah,
No, sorry. I meant
I was
this
gonna
is
say
what I
that
meant.
Lions just gave it to somebody.
No, that's what I was meaning to say is like, in spite of the fact that they were that far ahead, he still gained that many points. Like he's still, I think, finished the weekend in. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe he was like wide receiver 16. He was like top 15 for the wide receivers, in spite of being on the positive end of a blowout. So I would say again, Amon-Ra St. Brown is going to be a must start every week. Like, unless he is injured, you're starting him. There's no other guy is taking targets from him. Josh Reynolds did nothing. Marvin Jones is fucking invisible. It's bad. It's all bad over there. Start Amon-Ra. Nobody else is taking his fucking.
The fucking Kukuis are back, man. Turn off my fan again.
Nobody else is going to take his targets. Who else you got?
Everybody did as expected, to be honest with you. Honestly, Nakua was actually pretty quiet this week.
Yeah.
He was and he wasn't. He had passes, he had receptions, but
For a rookie,
he
and
still shared
even
a
then
good
you could
amount.
say
Debo went off.
if this is his floor, that's a good floor.
Lockett did fair. Jacoby Myers actually did pretty good. I think he put up a solid 16 this last week.
Yeah, after missing last week.
Did an injury. He
Week-
put up 12.
week-
Sorry, 12.
Yeah, no. Week 1 was great. Week 3, he still did well.
Yeah, so he looks like he might be a consistent target for Jimmy Garoppolo. So if I
Yeah.
were you, I would pick him up if you have him.
Yeah.
If you have him, and you guys run a double flex
I was-
on your guys' league, I would definitely look into putting him as a flex, especially looking at some defenses they might be going against. As we progress throughout the league, throughout the season, we're gonna start to figure out like who's shitty at covering the pass, who's shitty at locking down the run, and you'll start to know like, okay, as a flex, I should probably play this guy because. These guys have been giving up like mad yards to receivers. Like, it's cool.
Like, I'll admit.
Another one is a Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
He played his ass off yesterday. I believe he had himself double-digit game for sure.
Yeah, no. Tutu
he had 15
Atwell
points.
actually had more points than
Puka.
Puka this week.
Yeah, he did. He had 15 points. But that's because when he played us, he showed his worth.
Yeah.
One who needs to come back is Gus Edwards.
A guy from a team that last week they both did well. So the question coming out of week 2 is who is going to end up being the favorite target? Was Nico Collins and Tank Dell out of the Houston Texans. They both had monster games last week. This week, one guy did well, one guy didn't feast as much. Tank Dell popped the fuck off. Bryce Young and Tank Dell, that is a legitimate tandem right now. Nico Collins, however, is
You
still
said Bryce Young, you mean CJ
or
Stroud.
CJ Stroud.
I was going to say.
Sorry. CJ Stroud and Tank Dell
Get
are
your
legitimate.
shit together.
I told you I don't have the notes.
I know,
I've been a huge detractor for Stroud and for Bryce Young. I still think Bryce Young is dog shit. It was proven by the fact that Andy fucking Dalton came in and outperformed him, made Adam Thielen look like a god. Another guy I want to get to in a second. But CJ Stroud, first week, not so well, not so good. Second, week 2, week 3, has done well. Like, has put up numbers in the passing game, surprisingly, against good teams. So, Tank Dell moving forward, I would start him as a low a low-end wide receiver 2, solid wide receiver 3, or flex option if you have flex, if you're playing flex. Nico Collins is going to fall into the same category, I feel, as like Gabe Davis, guys who they're going to get you like 5 points one week, and then next week they're going to get you 30 points. He's going to be kind of boom or bust moving forward, I feel.
Yeah, true. Hey, another one to keep an eye out with is Marquise Brown. Him and Josh Dobbs seem to have a thing going on over there.
Yeah.
He got 17 points. Michael Pittman, too, put up 17 points. And Justin Jefferson, an amazing 35 points.
Always, baby.
You know what I mean? Jettis is always going to be putting up real numbers like that.
Another.
Then we got George Pickens who put up 12. Keep an eye on him. Him and Kenny Pickett seem to be kind of getting something going finally. Tyreek Hill with 36. Stephon Diggs with 22. And then we had A.J. Brown
coming
with
in
a
hot.
solid 25 after kind of being a little light on the other days. And another one you want to keep an eye on, too, actually, that have kind of been doing decent but not too well, is Amari Cooper and Jamar Chase. They both cracked well over 25. Amari Cooper with 29 and Jamar Chase with 28.
Yeah, and this is...
Anybody who did pretty good?
Yeah, Amari Cooper did numbers. He's doing very well.
Amon-Ra St. Brown with 21.
If you're in a very deep league, somebody who's probably not taken yet, possibly, you might be able to pick him up on waivers. He's not going to go out and have a monster game that we know of and go and get 30, 40 points. He's not going to be Tyreek. He's not going to be your wide receiver 1. But if you're in a deep, 16-man, 18-man, 12-man league, Elijah Moore is he's got a high floor, low ceiling, I feel. He's finished consistently in that 8 to 12 point range, where some weeks that's all you need. You just need that guy that's I'm going to start him and he's going to get me that high single, low double digit point margin.
Yeah, that's true. So, another one to keep an eye out for would be obviously Deebo Samuel's coming back with a good weekend.
Yeah.
Brandon Ayuk not there, so he got a majority of those touches, and
hopefully
that was
he's coming
28
back.
Points. Chris Olave with 20 points. Zay Flowers put up a solid 13. Mike Evans with a good 18. Mike Williams, before he got injured, 29, man.
A nice little two-part. Jalen Waddle hopefully clears concussion protocol after this week.
I was about to say that right now, too. Jalen Waddle, keep an eye on for him.
We already called it last week that he wasn't going to play.
DK Metcalf came back strong with a solid 20 points.
If he doesn't start, though, I mean, granted, there was so much to go around when you have a 70-point game, but Robbie, I'm not going to call him by his fucking made-up name. Robbie Anderson did well. I think he put up 18 points.
I thought it was Chosen Anderson. Now it's Robbie Chosen now, isn't it?
Yeah.
He changed it again?
Something. It is what it is,
I thought it was Chosen Anderson before.
That's it, dude. I'm not doing this fucking podcast if he's going to change his fucking name. No.
200 times a month. No. Then DJ Moore put up a solid 13, and DK Metcalf, like I said, came back strong with a solid 20.
In spite of a blowout. Like, the Bears got fucking ran on.
Yeah, and he was still able to put up some good numbers. Yeah. Then we got Devontae Adams with a solid 44.9, 45.
Yeah.
And then you had Keenan Allen with 53 fantasy points. That man...
He got a passing
was
touchdown.
Putting it on, people. Then you got Christian Kirk with a solid 15. Gabe Davis with a good 11.
Yep.
Puka Nacua with a good 12. Again, this is on our league. This is in our league, full PPR. Tyler Atwell with a solid 17. Cortland Sutton still put up a solid 20, even though they got blown the fuck out.
I've got money on Sutton getting over 800 yards this year.
Yeah. Oh, he's well on his way. He's doing very well. He's doing really well. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already halfway there.
Dude, I took the over on the rivals between Damian Harris and DeAndre Swift. I took DeAndre Swift to have more rushing yards.
Well, DeAndre Swift had like 100 yards rushing, I think, before the fucking first half was over.
Just with his last two games, I think he might be able to fucking cover the rest of the season. Like, Harris is uninvolved. Drop Harris. He's gonna get goal line carries, and that's about it. Other than that, James Cook is the fucking lead back. No other backs should consistently be taken unless you're in a fucking 30-man league from the Bills' backfield. Like, it's James Cook and everybody else. I think as far as running backs, wide receivers go, tight ends. I touched on him already. Pause. Travis Kelce. Fucking back to form.
He went off, but Ty was there. So
It's back. Yeah, it's
his boo was in the stands with Mama, so
he's back.
he had to
he's
show
back doing
up.
his
You know
thing.
what I mean? And his boy Patrick made sure.
Yep.
He's like, today you gonna get the boo day. Oh man, I love it.
Dallas Goedert had a solid game.
Yeah, no, he really did
Yeah.
actually coming back after a slow one. He actually had a pretty
Yeah.
good one. Then you had who else was it?
God, that water's so fucking cold.
Jesus Christ. And then I'm gonna give a shout out to my boy that I've been giving a shout out to every freaking week when it comes to tight ends. Fucking Sam Laporta. 24 damn fantasy points. My guy.
If he has another 20
My
points,
guy.
we're just gonna change the name of the podcast.
Whoever the other guy was,
Reporter.
he just became non-existent. I'm sorry, but to me, it looks like Sam Laporta is going to be taking over that role.
The Laporta Report. That's the new name of the podcast. Moving
Right.
on. Moving
Hey.
forward.
I called it, man. I said it. I said Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta coming into this season. I was like, keep an eye on those two guys. I feel like they're the most ready for the NFL coming into it. Dalton Kincaid was very, very quiet this week, but I have a feeling it had more to do with Josh Allen than it did him in general. He does need to start targeting him a lot more. He has. He's actually doing really well.
Yeah, he
You know?
might
And
suffer
Sam
from
Laporta
the.
was the other one I said, and I knew coming into it that they were going to be doing amazing. Because Sam Laporta, he came from Iowa State, right? If I'm not mistaken, Laporta, where George Kittle came from. Gee.
Tight end university. No, honestly, I don't know.
Probably did go through tight end university.
But no. Yeah,
I believe he's an Iowa State alum, dude.
I think Dalton Kincaid is probably going to suffer from the kind of like the Austin Hooper effect, where like, you know, you have these tight ends that are both playing with each other, and playing in tandem. We'll say playing in tandem. And they're both they're very good options, very good targets.
Yeah.
And because of
It was
that,
Iowa. Sorry, not Iowa State. It was Iowa.
Okay, it was
That's
Hawkeye.
what I meant. The Hawkeyes,
It was
where George
Hawkeye.
Kittle came from.
but because of that, they're not going to get reliable targets as far as fantasy goes. But I would still start him moving forward. Like you know what you're getting, and eventually, I will say this: Dawson Knox is going to fall off. He falls off every fucking year. He got me 0.6 points on Thanksgiving last year. I will never forgive him for that. I will never forgive. That was the worst news to come home to after getting my ass.
I'm not gonna lie,
rolled.
guys. 99% of the time, my QB is Josh Allen.
Yeah. So
Yeah, if I see all the good top 3 running backs disappear before they get to me, I'm going with my boy Josh Allen. I'm not gonna take the chance of somebody taking that off.
on
'cause-
Thanksgiving last year, I had more fantasy points than fucking Dawson Knox. I had 2 catches for 15 yards and a touchdown, dude.
at the Turkey Bowl.
At the Turkey Bowl. I fucking showed out. Dawson Knox couldn't even get 1 target.
You
Anyways.
are a.
No, as far as tight ends, though, more rookies that we made the calls on. Luke Musgrave had a good week with the Green Bay Packers, and Jake Ferguson, in spite of playing for the fucking Cowboys, had a good week.
Yeah,
so
he did.
He did his thing. I bitterly am starting him in one of my
Hey,
leagues.
man, they had a chance. Dak just
Dak
reached his final form.
Dak did Dak things. Fourth quarter, I mean
Trey may get an early start.
some
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. It
Some-
wasn't that bad, my guy.
Some might argue that Dak is in NFC divisional playoff form already. He might already be in that
Then, man.
divisional playoffs form.
All I'm saying is, I know them boys are going to be sitting there watching this game between us and the Cardinals.
Week
We
5.
put the fucking hurt on them.
Week 5 is going to be fun.
Week 5 is going to be interesting. Because they're going
Yeah.
to be sitting there like, man, these guys just whooped our ass. And then they turn around and whoop their ass. Now they got to play us next week.
Oh, big news. Obviously, it happened after the last pod, which, by the way, look, we are in a competitive fantasy football league. I have to keep every advantage I can get. If that means delaying the podcast by an entire week, I will do that. No, there were some production issues. I mean, as glorious as the production is, as insane as this is, it's just 2 guys. It's just two guys. It'll always be two guys. But obviously, a couple delays. Video's going to be out. That'll be out before this episode. But in between episodes, last week, Trayvon Diggs, torn ACL, done for the season.
Yep.
Holy shit. Another one bites the dust. I'm going to pretend I'm not happy. All right. It's bad. It's bad when somebody gets injured.
But he's not upset.
But I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm elated. No, prayers up to him. He's a good guy. Him and Stephon, by all means. I can appreciate a brother tandem in the NFL. Being a fucking Jason Kelsey, Travis Kelsey guy. But as far as tight ends go, honestly, we brought him up. George fucking Kittle. George Kittle had himself a week. I think he put up 16 points in our league. Granted, anything that's a 30, 40, 50-yard gain is going to get a little boost. So, like I said, our league is a little different. But as far as PPR goes, he put out double-digit numbers. That's all you need to fucking know. Tight ends
putting up double-digit numbers is a good thing, regardless.
People took one of two approaches.
They take too much advantage. People take that. They really don't prosper on
Either I'm going to take a tight end in the third round, second round, or I'm taking a tight end when I get to the bottom of the draft and I realize,
I don't have a backup.
Oh fuck! I didn't even take a tight end. That's how I ended up with Luke Musgrave. But then in the other league, that's how I ended up with Travis Kelsey, and I got fucking ramsacked because he didn't start week 1. So teach their own. Tight ends are in a weird spot this season. There's a handful that I could probably say are like, put them in, start them right now. For the most part,
George Kittle, T.J. Hawkinson, Sam Laporta, Dalton Kincaid. Believe it or not, you can start as a flex. Mark Andrews is always a safe bet. He only put up 8 points this week, but it is what it is. You also got
Dallas Goedert, Travis Kelce.
When they finally get it together, Darren Waller.
Yeah.
And
so just the fact that we're able to rattle off basically every fucking
one is
tight end.
Njoku too.
David Njoku as well, yeah. Another guy actually that I thought would have a little bit more of an impact in this game because I know that the Philadelphia Eagles are somehow flip the fucking switch, strong against the run, susceptible to giving up short yardage, especially out in the flat and stuff. Kate Otten with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, yeah.
Has done well the first 2 weeks, is a reliable target for Baker. Obviously, that's just Baker and the Tampa Bay Bucs getting thrown into a team where, you're playing against a top 10 defense. So, now things are a little different than when you're playing a team like in the Vikings that are going to allow you to go out there and score on them because they're looking to score as well. Yeah. But, Kate Otten, I would feel comfortable starting him in favorable matchups moving forward for the rest of the season in tandem with another guy that, a Jake Ferguson, a Pendershot, other streamers.
Definitely. Yeah. All right, on to our next, which is going to be kickers. Man.
In our league, kicker number 2 or number 3, Jake Elliott, yours truly, Philadelphia Eagles. Finished this last week, I believe. 2 made field goals, 2 extra points.
Right now, he's mine.
Yeah.
Jake Elliott, 11 points, 3 for 3, 1 field goal, 20-29,
yeah.
2 field goals, 30-39, and 2 extra points made. 2 out of 2 extra points.
Yeah.
He did pretty damn good this last week.
Yeah. He's been consistent.
My brother gave up. My boy over here, Mr. Moody.
Look, it was part of a larger trade, all right? We had a little bit of a handshake blockbuster deal while I was on vacation. I looked like a fucking maniac for the first hour of my vacation because I spent it in my friend's kitchen on the phone doing my best Howie Roseman impression, making calls to all the other team league mates to try to set up a trade. We got a blockbuster. George Pickens, Jordan Addison, and is it James Cook?
Yeah,
James Cook for Jake Moody, Calvin Ridley, and
Alexander Madison.
So, little 1-for-1 type trade. It all worked out. I'm happy he's happy. That was the first big trade of the season. Actually, this is the first trade for our league. So, it is. It's fun. A little insight into our league, how we work.
Some people were giving up on my trades. I don't think they thought they were fair, but if you
Yeah.
look at Roto Trader, I was giving up more than enough. Sometimes a little bit more than fair.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a generous guy. What can I say?
Speaking of best Howie Roseman impression, I got AJ.
Yeah, but didn't you take him off of Georgie?
I got AJ. I got my boy, dude. I got my boy. I'm going after Jalen next. Yeah, dude. I fucking have the number 1 quarterback. I would give him up for Jalen Hurts. I'm just gonna go after the full Eagles roster. Like that poor sap last year that did the Broncos country. That's right. He took all the Broncos players.
Yeah. I think all he got was Sutton, who actually did something for him too.
Jesus Christ. But no.
Even Jerry Jeudy was off and quiet.
Yeah. Marvin Mims didn't have a game. Brandon
Oh man,
Johnson?
that one's pretty good.
Yeah. That one hit.
Oh, it always is. I haven't done wax in a while though too, so
As far as other kickers around the league go,
it's actually myth.
for legal purposes, that is not true.
It's far from true. I'm strictly THC.
No.
Alcohol.
How did Nick Folk do this week? Oh,
He didn't do too bad actually.
no, he plays for the Titans. He did horrible.
No, well, I mean, he didn't really have much of a chance.
Yeah.
In the game, so I was gonna say.
Fuck.
Oh man. You know, other than that, everybody else did as average as
Jason
expected.
Myers.
Yeah, he actually did pretty good too.
Yeah.
You know, actually Zerline is back. He's not injured anymore. He was kicking with the Jets. As a matter of fact, I can tell you right now, because I have him in one of my leagues.
I don't think he had a good week. It was a 15-10, right?
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
He had something, but
It was a low score.
Let me tell you right now, he had 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously, we're not going to give you
advice.
kicker stardom syndrome. I mean,
I will.
On a,
I'll tell you exactly who to fucking sit. There's a lot of motherfuckers that you should just be
well,
like,
okay.
you know.
There's a lot of guys you're not going to touch. You avoid them like the fucking plague.
Like
But
Calvin Ridley's looking like a fucking bust on me right now.
pause. It's
I'm
Trevor.
joking, man.
It's Trevor.
I'm
Trevor's gonna. He's gonna pick. Watch
It's
next
never
week.
his fault.
Next week, Trevor Lawrence is gonna decide that Calvin Ridley is the one that deserves to get all the touches.
Or me.
Yeah.
Or me.
So, I fucking knew it. I should have talked to the camera. I was gonna talk to the camera earlier and be like, I give it before the end of the episode before he gets
You
curious.
said they have 5 each, right?
Yeah, 5 mils each.
You said they have 5 each?
Yeah,
Alright, I'm gonna eat like 5.
yeah, that's fair. So
2 should be good.
yeah, that's what I had. But
No, that's not good. That tastes like some Easter shit.
That's what I told you, right?
All fucking day.
it's just peanut butter. It's like a peanut butter M&M. It's fucking amazing,
And I'm a sucker for dark chocolate too. So
dude. It's good, right?
you know, I don't mind chocolate. I'm not a very big milk chocolate fan, but
No.
dark chocolate I kind of like.
I'll fuck up some dark chocolate.
Or if it's chocolate, especially dark chocolate with some
Get my
toffee.
line. But no, kickers are fucking kickers. Like, if you're coming to us for kicking advice or like advice on kickers,
My advice to you with kickers is strictly watch who the teams are going to play. And honestly, go for your average teams.
yeah,
You want the teams that you know are going to get there, like the fucking Dallas Cowboys, who get there and just can't punch it in. Because that motherfucker, he had some good numbers. I know that for a fact. You had a lot of fucking chances at field goals.
oh,
It sounds fucked up to say it, but it's true. This last
Yeah.
weekend,
Fuck.
they were the team that didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? But you want to look at teams that you know for a fact are going to be like that. It's fucked up to call it like that. It's fucked up to say it like that sometimes because, you know.
Brett Maher is having a renaissance. He's doing well. with the Rams.
Yeah, he actually is.
Actually, yeah.
Well, I mean, he wasn't
shout
a
out.
bad kicker to start off. He just
Shout out to the boy. Yeah.
the motherfucker got fucked up in those playoffs.
It was yips. You could tell. After a certain point.
Oh, there we go. Aubrey had 11 points
Brandon
for
Aubrey.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, Cowboy
Jesus.
fans are gonna fucking cancel us out, huh, man?
They
don't know football. They're from California.
Fuck them. Fuck them. Come at us. No.
I'm just saying. I think we were in the top 5 of states that put out the most NFL players. We were even higher.
Top three.
I think we were in the top 3, right?
Yeah.
We were. It was
Cali-
Texas was 1.
It's Cali, Texas, Florida. That's it.
Yeah.
Those, like every
Who was
other.
number 1? It was Texas, wasn't it?
Number 1 is Cali.
It was us? Oh, yeah, it was us.
Baby. We don't just make the most, we make the best. We
have
don't
put out
just make
some-
the most, we make the best.
We have put out a lot that.
We just needed to put out one. We put out Thomas fucking Brady, dude. And-
Also.
And Julian Edelman.
And Christian McCaffrey.
Like, yeah, fuck
Wasn't
it.
Christian McCaffrey from up in the Bay?
Might as well have been. We claim him. Fuck it.
I could be wrong. I think he might have been an East Coast guy.
I think he's East Coast. But, dude.
No, he played for Stanford. That's what it was.
But, yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Still technically a California football player.
fuck kickers. We're off kickers. I don't give a fuck about kickers.
All right. Defenses. And I had him on my bench. But, I mean, I was in a position where I had to choose the Niners over the Giants or the Bills over Washington. And the Giants' performance, I was like, dude, number 1 defense in the league. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
I'm going
So I went with that. I was wrong. Niners only gave me 8 points. The Bills were on the bench and gave me 37 points.
I'm going to intervene here. And
I
I'm
still
just gonna
won,
say,
but I could have won by a big margin.
I'm going to let him take over the defense segment because I didn't draft high, all right? I didn't put a lot of priority on my defenses.
I do.
So I
I pick
figured
them up anywhere between 3 to 5, man.
I'm like, look, I'll get a defense late in the league. I'll get a team that is good enough. My other players will make up for it.
See, the thing is you got to, when it comes to defenses and picking them in your league, you have to do it strategically. I'm not going to bullshit you. Like, you really got to see how much is kind of bouncing around. Because the last thing you want to do is pick up a defense too early and realize, like, fuck, I'm missing on a few players that I could have picked up before this defense. Because then somebody else didn't pick up a defense until then. But sometimes, if you see it's getting a little too crazy with the receivers or, you know, the running backs, like, when I see that, I'm not going to lie, that's when I start throwing a wrench in the mix. I pick up a quarterback, and then people go like, oh, shit, that's right. Quarterbacks. Oh, fuck, now the other guys are thinking about quarterbacks because he already got everybody thinking about it.
This is the motherfucker
then
that in the 1920s,
they go back to receivers and then are throwing defenses, and they're like,
the
oh,
Great
fuck.
Depression.
Like,
he's responsible for the Great Depression. Like, he caused a run on the fucking bank. No, what happened was I did put no priority on defenses. It got to round 14 in the draft out of 18 rounds because we have deep benches. And for whatever reason, I'm like, fuck it. I'll take the Seahawks defense. They finished top 10 last season. They haven't been drafted yet. There's no reason for them to regress that poorly, and they have a decent offense.
they didn't do bad, did they?
They gave me 5 points in week 1. I let them go for the Jaguars defense in week 2. Because in another league, the Jaguars defense got me 17
But the Seahawks
points.
defense kind of picked it up, haven't they?
Then week 2, after I release them, the Seahawks defense gets 17 points, and the Jaguars defense gets me 3. I figure, fuck it. I'm gonna hold out because the Jags are playing the Houston fucking Texans, and they get a bomb dropped on their head, larger than 2 other bombs that have been dropped throughout history. You do the fucking math, and I get negative 2.25 points because I'm a sorry fucker, and I decided to scale everything in favor of making defenses more/less viable depending on more accurate to how they perform. If a team does well, they deserve to be fucking rewarded. If a team plays like the Jaguars did on Sunday, they deserve to get negative fucking points. So I earned that shit.
I got 3 of the top 5 defenses in the league right now.
Yeah.
I have the Niners, I have the Bills, and I have the Chiefs.
It's crazy.
Chiefs are at least definitely top 10, minimum.
Points-wise, I keep saying it. I brought it up in week 1. I have my crazy serial note taker notes. Through 3 weeks, by all means, don't play them in week 4 because they're going against a buzzsaw. The fucking Arizona Cardinals every week continue to surprise me. They're hanging in that top 8, top 10. What
They are, but
fuck? Again, buzzsaw next week. Stash them, bench them, sit them.
yeah,
start them.
We got Ayuk coming back, I think, this
After.
week too. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have Ayuk. We're gonna have Debo. We're
I don't
gonna
think
have CMC. We're gonna have Kittle. We're gonna have everybody. Juwan Jennings. Pretty much, we're gonna be back at 100% again.
Bell looked good.
yeah, Ronnie Bell.
Yeah.
He brought in a touchdown. His first touchdown of the season.
He made that crazy catch.
Caught it. He like jammed his feet
No,
down to make sure he could touch it.
Like the one that, by all means,
Oh,
should have been a pick.
Yeah.
Like that was crazy. It just bounced off of I think Debo's hands, and ball goes up.
He caught it. Yeah,
Dude,
I remember.
good, that's a good heads up play.
That is a good heads up
Yeah.
play. Hey, that's that high football IQ right
That's
there,
that
man.
shit that gets you more snaps even after Ayuk comes back.
Yeah, that's that shit that'll get you in there.
So
Same thing with Juwan Jennings. I mean, he still gets feeds in there, and he makes
Yeah.
every feed that he
Oh,
gets
yeah.
worth it.
Yeah, and 3 receiver sets. I think Juwan Jennings is going to be the main guy, but like in deeper leagues where you have a large bench,
You know, Ronnie
Pick
Bell's
up-
not a bad
yeah,
pickup.
pick
He'll
up
get you
Ronnie
3 to
Bell.
5 points at least in the league. I think he got 5 points his last game.
yeah, in very deep leagues, he's worth the pickup.
Trust us, we're in a deep league. We're in one that has like 18 players.
Ugh.
Oh man. Dude.
So this is fucked up.
by round 3, you're already in the third stringers.
Dude, I've been talking to Anthony about this. I am 0-3 against my own team. And the team that's losing is my 10-man roster, or 10-team roster, to my 18-team roster. So my 18-team roster, which by all means should be more shallow, have less depth,
Depth and everything.
is 3-0 against my 10-team roster.
Damn.
That's fucking sad. I live with this every week.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's because it's such a small roster count. Like, it's such a small team. Like, it's a small league, bro. Everybody's got a powerhouse.
It doesn't make me feel
Let
better.
me read off my fucking roster. All right? Let me read off my roster.
No,
Hearing my
Dude.
roster out loud sometimes, even I'm like,
It-
Jesus, like,
I
that's
think you had
not a bad
under
roster.
80 points or 90 this week.
Me? I had 142 points.
Oh, I thought you were talking about your roster in the other league.
Oh no, the other
the
league.
damned
man.
league.
Well, I mean that one was an auto draft. I was busy with family personal dramas.
Yeah.
But look at this. I have Josh Allen, Bijan Robinson, Kenny Walker, CeeDee Lamb, Calvin Ridley, Mark Andrews, Garrett Wilson, Alexander Madison, Jake Moody, Niners defense, Brock Purdy on the bench. This is my bench. Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
Christian Watson, Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta, Jake Elliott, Buffalo Bills defense, and the Kansas City defense.
I would,
But that's because we're in a small ass league.
yeah. Like,
You know what I mean?
everybody had great depth,
Everybody's got a solid roster.
but
We add 2 more players into the mix next year, and it's going to make things a lot more interesting.
yeah, I'm looking forward
People
to
don't
that.
understand, like, sometimes adding that 1 or 2 extra people,
Yeah.
your depth takes a fucking hit.
I'm
At that
just-
point, it stops becoming, oh, I don't have to worry about it. I'm going to end up with somebody good who's going to put up numbers no matter what, to
The stuff that we
do
talk
you
about
really fucking know football?
week to
Are
week.
you watching our podcasts
Yeah.
and learning? Because if not, you're in for
Like-
a fucking world of
Like,
hurt.
legitimately, again, we say it every week. We will never give you guys information or advice that we wouldn't take ourselves. Like, we basically just decided to document our crazy way of looking at how we play fantasy football. That's all this is.
Yeah.
When you really boil it down, that's all
We
this
figured
is.
we got a couple championships under our belts. We could fucking have room to talk a little bit.
Just do
You know
it.
what I mean?
And we have fun. We have fun.
You
when
know,
we're fucking
and that's the thing, too. We're mainly doing this for fun. We like giving our advice, and we just like kicking back with each other, to be honest. You know, we've been doing it since we were kids.
Like,
Always with each other, just kicking back and hanging out.
Yep.
But, you know, that's why we do this. You know, we do it for fun. We do it for shits and giggles. You know, you could take our advice. You could take our advice with a grain of salt. You know, and
Yeah.
or you could take it to heart. And you might even come out on top and win a few. You know what I mean? And that's another thing. If you guys are following and you guys are liking and subscribing, Also comment, let us know, like, hey, I followed some of your advice and
I hit.
I hit good, or hey, I followed your advice and you fucking suck.
Yeah.
You fucking suck. You know what I mean?
benched Daniel Jones in week 2. Nah.
You told me to bench Daniel Jones. He had 65 goddamn points. We like hearing those too, because we'll just be like, damn.
That sucks. You listen to us?
Sucks.
No, it's like,
but back to real news.
Shit, Ricky, I was high when I said that.
You ain't first, you're last. The hell's that even mean? The hell you mean does that mean? You told that to me when I was that kid. I dedicated my whole life on that.
Dude,
I lived my whole life
I basically got the dad's mantra in our league now. I'm fucking 0-3. Like, I'm not coming back. There's no coming back from 0-3.
Hey, man, I started like 1-5, I think, and I came back and won it all.
In the NFL,
I made some late trades and some
in the NFL,
sacrifices.
you don't come back from 0-3. In our fantasy football league, you probably don't come back.
Oh yeah, that's not a lie.
So
shit, I could have been there, bro. But I mean, I'm 1-2 right now.
Now again,
okay. I'm 1-2 because motherfuckers want to get hurt in like the first goddamn quarter and go out.
I don't want to
Jamal
discredit
Williams
ourselves.
only had to have like maybe 2 solid more runs to get me 3 points. I would have won the game.
I'm also 2-1 in my
I would
other
have been
league.
2-1.
So.
Oh yeah, the first week was when I had Josh Allen and he shit the bed and he only got me 8 points, as well as a decent amount of other players doing the same thing. That was honestly it was a fucking.
I'm taking the dad's mantra. I'm fucking 0-3. Look. I'm not gonna win the league.
Look,
but I'm not gonna finish last.
Whoever I play next,
that burger.
Anthony. Ooh, I got Anthony next, bro. I hope I win.
That's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be a good one. If I can, if I do that, that means I got a solid roster. And good luck getting any of my people after that. I was being generous before.
I got Cam.
You got Cam?
Number 1 team in the league against number 8 team.
The last.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Or number 8.
Here we go. Oh, yeah, it has him predicted to win, but I think I made some changes.
So, speaking of win, obviously, like we said, this is all for fun, but we do like to get a little bit competitive, and that's what we do here with our head-to-head, man-on-man press coverage
Ooh, I think
segment.
I might take... I don't know. Do I want to take the Chiefs defense over the Jets or the Niners defense over Arizona?
So, we have the picks.
Look. Well, that's because this guy has every fucking...
The picks are in. I forgot to...
He pulled what I did.
I conveniently forgot to Cash App him last week.
Yeah.
So now he conveniently doesn't have to Cash App me because we're even. 49ers, both hit. Lions, 1 hit. Packs, 2 hit. Both picked Dolphs. Browns, I'm up 1. We're basically doing match play. Bills, we both hit. We miss on the Ravens. Pats hit. I'm 2 up. Seattle hits. Chiefs hit for both. Cowboys, we fuck.
Yeah, we both should bet on that.
Steelers hit for him. I'm 1 up. We both got the Eagles. He's got the Bengals. We're dead even. Tiebreaker. I picked 24-17. He picked 30-27. Some fucking how, both weeks we have both gone 9-5, and someone's won off a tiebreaker. So we're collectively both 18-10, 18-10, with the tiebreaker apiece at 1-1.
Don't worry, guys. I'll start taking the lead.
Holy shit. It's fun. It's fun, though. So now, this week we're going to make the picks on the board.
All right, here we go. Detroit at Green Bay. They were playing at Lambeau Field. Who do we got? I'm going with Detroit.
Fuck. Dude.
Better not let me down, boys.
I got the Packers. I'm rocking with Jordan Love. Plus, I just
Don't
traded.
worry. I actually spent a little bit of time today thinking about it. So.
I just traded for Christian. I just traded for Christian Watson too, so I'm kind of hoping for a pop-off game. Like I need it.
Didn't you get him for me? No, you didn't.
Jonathan Taylor, and in the other league.
Yeah.
Atlanta
All right, here we
Jags.
go. Atlanta at Jacksonville. I think this is a London game too. Oh, by the way, the London game this weekend. If you guys are into it, want to do it with your kids, they're doing it in Toy Story
Yeah.
AI. Every character is gonna look like that.
I think
or
Disney,
every character,
Disney
every
Plus,
player's-
right? I think.
I think so. Every player is gonna look like that.
We're not sponsored, by the way, but
Wait, what am I?
dude, I'm Louie, and you're watching Single High.
Yeah.
The little fucking Mickey Mouse, the Disney Channel
Fucking-
shit.
What does it do now?
Oh my god.
All right, Atlanta.
I got
or
the Jags.
Jacksonville?
Give me the
You
Jags.
got Jacksonville?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
He's got well, shit. You got personal investment on both sides. You're looking at a shootout. You want a shootout there.
Yeah, I know. Well, I don't know. One of them might get fucking benched.
I got.
Rams or Indy.
Fuck. I got. Oh no, fuck it. I got the Rams.
Ooh.
I got the Rams there.
This one's like a hard one. I have personal interest in the Rams with Puka and fucking Kyron Williams. But I also have personal interest in watching them just get shit on because, I mean, they're the fucking Rams.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put it this way.
Indianapolis isn't doing too bad. Gardner Minshew's leading the pack. Isn't Robinson supposed to be back? Or Richardson supposed to be back?
Anthony Richardson should be back because it was just concussion protocol.
He's a mobile quarterback. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I'm going to fucking shoot myself in the foot and go with Indy. Man, we're different on the first three right off the top.
Baltimore, Cleveland. Shit.
Ooh, I'm going Cleveland.
I have to go Baltimore because I have Zay Flowers and I have Lamar Jackson. Yeah.
Miami, Buffalo. I'm going Buff.
I got the Dolphins, dude.
Fuck that. Buff's taking it. I got personal interest in that shit too.
Yeah, the Dolphins look good.
Yeah, but Buffalo, I need Josh Allen to go fuck off.
True.
Unless I take Brock Purdy over Arizona.
Give me Tampa.
Ooh, is Derek Carr out still?
I think he might be. And regardless, I believe in Baker. Just not against my team, but believe in Baker.
Cincinnati or Tennessee? I'm going Cincy. I feel like they're going to bring it back again.
Yeah, fuck Tennessee. I'm not picking Tennessee again. I got Cincy.
All right, Minnesota, Carolina.
Fuck Carolina. Minnesota. Then again, it'd be funny to see them go 0-4, but no, I got Minnesota.
Denver or Chicago?
Hey, Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
My boy Russell Wilson is about to go off. Philly or Washington? I'm going Washington.
Birds. Nobody likes us. We don't care.
Pittsburgh or Houston?
I got Houston.
Really?
I got motherfucking Houston. I'm feeling spicy this week, dude. I'm giving some crazy picks.
I'm going Pitt, Oakland, or Los Angeles. I'm going Los Angeles.
Yeah, God, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, fuck that. Yeah, no, Jimmy might be out. He's on concussion protocol. And then again, Aiden O'Connell might come in and throw those 4 touchdowns we were talking about.
Oh my God.
This might be Aiden O'Connell's week. So,
Giants or Seahawks? Isn't it funny how the Seahawks' first 3 letters are the same thing as their their abbreviation for their state?
I got the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I think
New
fucking
York, if New York does it, that's gonna impress me.
Yeah.
All right, Jets or Kansas City?
No.
If Tay-Tay's there,
Dude.
Kelsey has another game.
If Tay-Tay's there, they win by 40. If Tay-Tay's not there, they win by 20. The Jets are abysmal right now. They're in the dumps.
Patriots or Dallas?
Give me New England. Hey, fuck it. New England took us to task, and they took the Dolphins to task.
I'm going to go New England as well.
So, I got New England in that game. We just saw Dallas lose to the fucking
I
Cardinals.
already know where I'm going with this one, baby.
Look, Josh Dobbs, I love you, boy. But the Cinderella story is over. Look at Arizona's out there playing for clicks. San Francisco, we're playing for wins.
That's definitely coming up on a 2-minute drill. That's definitely coming up. So you're going San Francisco too?
Yep, I'm going San Fran. That's a mystery Mousecatool for later.
Let's see. We're definitely gonna be off on this one.
This one's
We
wild.
got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
7.
7.
That's it. We picked the same on the rest. All right.
So it's an odd number this week. So somebody's taking it.
No tiebreakers then. No tiebreakers necessary.
No tiebreakers this week.
Shit.
It's gonna be interesting.
We go 2-minute drill.
It's a 2-minute drill.
I think it's 2-minute drill time. Start it off.
Hold on. Let me actually put 2 minutes. Last time we said 2-minute drill.
Oh
we
shit.
went the whole fucking 30.
All right. Put 2 minutes and then let me know when I'm at 1 minute. We'll each give 1 minute.
Oh, you fucking cocksucker. Hold on. Alright, here we go. Go.
Boom. This weekend, USC struggled early against the Sun Devils. Came back, though, and fucking got the dub. Much needed.
42-28.
They dropped in a couple of places, but at the same time, Washington worked, my fucking boys. They did not cover. Sam Jackson came in later for Ben Finley, though, and looked good. I've been a huge, again, I fucking hate Sam Jackson. I just don't think he's got it. Ben Finley, worse, somehow. He looked good against North Texas. We brushed up upon it, but they play for clicks, we play for wins. Buffaloes got stomped. What the fuck, dude?
Yep.
I still like Dion. I still like how he handled himself after, where he's like, look, take your shots now. This is the worst we're going to be, which I feel is entirely true. I think he's doing...
Hell no, they got us next week.
No.
Stomp on them too.
He means like it's our worst.
Bull.
He means it's like it's our worst. This is our worst season we're gonna have is right now.
Boom,
Moving
my
forward.
turn.
Yep.
But anyways, Buffalo, Colorado, and fucking Oregon. Not yet. Oregon monkey stomped the shit out of those guys. It was fucking brutal.
It's bad.
Hey, you know what? You do what you got to do. They went out there, and that guy was serious in that fucking, I guess in that speech. You know, we're here for wins. We're not here for clicks. People already know who we are.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what he's saying. People already know who we are. We're here to handle business. And honestly, that happens. And I mean, right now I think there's only 2 teams that have won that have walked out in the middle of a fucking stadium and stepped all over somebody's fucking logo, acting like a douchebag.
Yep.
Some shit like that. I think there's only 2 people who've done it. Baker Mayfield is one of them.
Well, Nebraska did it to Colorado in week 2.
But that's what I'm saying. So that's the end of our 2 minute, you guys. You guys have a good one. Like,
Comment.
subscribe, and comment. Let us know how you like the show. Let us know if you want a different direction.
It's week 4.
Don't be too crazy. And again,
Out.
Don't be an asshole.